I'm just doing this live spontaneously because I literally just spent 45 minutes doing this whole video explaining how everything's all connected and there's so much disinformation and misinformation out there, and it's a lot of these famous name people, you know, and I start dropping all these names, and then suddenly I go to upload it to YouTube and it's not even there. Like, it's not on my computer at all. Go figure. I mean, the forces that are working against us are really working against us. I mean, this really is spiritual warfare. No doubt about it. Because there are people in the fields of ufology. There are people in the fields of information and politics and white hat alliance that everyone's listening to, that's feeding you a bunch of bullshit to keep you busy, to keep you in hopium, rather than encouraging you to wake up and embrace who you really are. Because we are who we've been waiting for. We've not been waiting for White Hat Alliance. We've not been waiting for a galactic federation. We've not been waiting for Jesus Christ to come back in the flesh. Christ consciousness is what's happening, guys. Christ consciousness. It's the great awakening. We need to all wake up because they can't get all of us, right? They can't shut us up if there's more than one. We have power in numbers. So I'm doing the live to make sure that this actually reaches you this time. And I apologize for it being dark because I was so frustrated. I just turned all the lights off and everything. I was just sitting here contemplating, what the crap. And then I was like, no, I'll just do a live. I'll just do a live. And I'll just name names on the live. So if you're following people like Michael Jaco or Ishmael Perez, or for God's sakes, Charlie Ward, stop, because they're all in the same gang to keep you busy, to keep you distracted, to keep you in hopium for Nasara, Jasara, whatever, and a bunch of White Hat Alliance and Galactic Federation saviors. And that shit's not going to happen. I'm not saying that there isn't secret space forces that are working with other beings as allies, but not like you think they are. Not to come and save the day, right? Like, sorry. That's not what this is about. And whether you're into the UFO field with Linda Moulton Howe, and she's clearly refraining and keeping people who know something extra from getting their information out. And I know this personally from myself and others who have personally communicated with her. And then after she finds out what we know, she does not want to help us share the information. And it isn't because the information is bunk. It's because the information is not going to make her any money. It's not going to make her famous. It's not going to make her look good. But it will save humanity. It will free you and unshackle you. That it will do. But apparently that's not what she's in the business of doing. Even though she sounds nice and she looks nice, and all of her words sound like she's educated and she's passionate and compassionate about all of this. And I have followed her work for years. I'm a big fan of the things that she knows. I'm not trying to put her down. I'm just saying she's part of the disinformation, whether she realizes it or not. She's definitely a part of it. Many are. So whether they're in the field of ufology, the field of the cryptozoology, because Bigfoot is another type of human. Hello, that's a thing. And they're not telling you that. They don't want you to know that either, because then you might start putting some dots together. And that's what I'm here for, to help you connect all of those dots. Help you discern between truth and bullshit. Right? Give you a voice that is of reason and has backed up scientific principle and has tried it, knows it's true, someone you can trust. It's just so frustrating that we have all this noise. We have all of these people here talking to get attention. And really, they're not telling you anything that is for your gain. They're not empowering you. They're keeping you sitting on your chair, on your hands, waiting for somebody else to ride in and save the day. That's not what I want to do. I want to give you the tools and the power to take back your own life, to use discernment, to understand who you should be listening to and who you should be following. Because a lot of these people are out to deceive you. And I have nothing to gain from this. I don't make money from doing YouTube videos. I don't even usually make money in my business. I typically work for free or by donation. I'm in the service to others. I'm in it to win it for all of us. I want to help you to know the difference between who you can trust and who you can't. Now, several years ago, I created a website that I'm still paying a monthly payment on, with a forum that's completely censorship free. A place to build community where we can come together, learn together, grow together. It still sits there dormant, waiting. And that's okay. Because I'm walking in faith that I'm being led the right direction in what I'm doing. I don't need instant gratification. I don't need immediate turnaround. I know that God has a plan for it. And that's what I'm going to trust in. You should do the same. Trust that God has a plan for you and your mission, and God has a plan for the world. And stop buying into all of this fear porn. These, worries and fears of media mongering, of potential wars and nuclear attacks or whatever. This is just a bunch of psyop. It's all a big psyop. The whole thing. And the biggest psyop of all of it is keeping hidden from you who you really are. And I know a lot of people are getting tired of me saying that all the time. But I'm going to keep saying it because it's the truth. Even if it's unpopular. I'm going to start doing more demonstration videos to show you by example. Because we don't know how to use tools if we don't have some type of demonstration, right? Or some kind of instruction. So I'm going to start doing more of those. Show you what we can really do. And it's not limited to what I can do, because we can all do things, And they're going to be different. I also have some new videos coming up soon where I'm going to be interviewing experiencers of the alien abduction syndrome, because that's a very real thing, and it's very much tied to this whole spiritual awakening. All of it is connected. Every bit of it, every facet of it is connected. Right down to the magnetic anomalies on planet Earth and the ley lines. All of it's connected together. I want you to understand those things so that you can better understand yourself. I hope that I do appropriately by you in helping you to see the way. And speaking of all these things that I have information in, I have these 3 different groups on Facebook. So maybe you could help me out with something here, because I have a group for spirituality, spiritual growth. I have a group for alien abduction, and I have a group for Bigfoot research. And all three are connected. And I really want to figure out a way to incorporate the members of all three and tie them together in some way without forcing them into a group they don't want to be in, and without totally scrapping the group and dismissing the members. Because all of them have great members, great people who truly want to learn. So if you've got any ideas on that or advice for me, that would be amazing. I would really appreciate that. So yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it's late. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted now from trying to make the video. You know, damn thing's not there. So frustrated. Um, I don't know. I want us to all wake up to the truth, you know? I want us to all see that there's real hope and real empowerment in understanding and knowing that Jesus' true message was that we can do the same great works as he and more. And that's not like a Bible thumper thing. That is a true God-given ability that we all have. Some may be more so chosen to be a healer than others. Some may be more so chosen to be a builder. Fine. But we all have gifts and talents. And we all have psychic ability. We just weren't taught to embrace those things. You know, a lot of kids have imaginary friends that aren't really imaginary because they see dead people. I mean, society has really worked hard to groom us into duping us so that we don't remember who we are. You know, because when we remember that, I don't know, maybe they can't control us anymore. I guess that would be a motive, right? For wanting to keep us unwise to it, unknowing. And here's a interesting fact. I'm going to be doing a video on this soon, actually, a podcast. This anthropologist that I watch, Robert Zephyr, recently did a deep dive research study into Jesus and his wisdoms and his knowledge and where it came from, and discovered that he was actually taught through the Essenes and the Cathars, the esoteric, the Gnostic teachings. And, you know, he was at the onset of the creation of the Knights Templar and the reason for the secret societies, because this knowledge, you know, knowledge is powerful, and with great power comes great responsibility, and not everybody has the morals and the values to uphold that responsibility, right? And since we can all do it, it's in a neutral field where it can be used for good or for bad. So they did see it as something that needed to be held sacred and taught to the ones who seek it. You know, unfortunately now, like, all of our sacred symbolism, even the swastika, for goodness sakes, has been turned into something that's vilified and demonized. And it's in our DNA memory to be drawn to these geometrical shapes or these symbols or these sounds or these esoteric teachings, because it's part of who we are at our core. And we remember that. On some level, we remember that. And the more you delve into that, the more your DNA memory awakens from its slumber. And you are reminded of who you are. Hi, Neo. I'll tell you exactly what I think about the Mandela effect. I think it's a psyop. I think they try to rewrite history and convince us that our memory isn't correct, even if several of us remember it. That's what I think the Mandela effect is. You know, just recently they said that Celine Dion died, and then all of a sudden she was performing at the Olympics. How's that happen? I remember her dying. Richard Simmons always wore a sweatband on his forehead and his wrists to his sweating to the oldies stuff. Now they're trying to tell us that never happened? Yeah, it did. You know, all of it. Cornucopias on the fruit of the loom. We know that shit was there. It's a psyop. How far can they go in convincing us that we're wrong in what we think we know? All the more reason for them to, or just another reason for them to try to, keep us from waking up, right? Yeah, that Mandela effect thing, that was really perplexing to me for a very long time. For a while, I thought it was some kind of time travel tampering. And then I started figuring out this is a psyop. This is a mind fucking, basically, is what it is. They're trying to mess with our mind. Sorry, I've been sick lately. I had this whole big thing the last month. My brother passed away. I was mourning that. And my immune system got low, got sick as crap. Just now recovering from it. It's been a whole journey. But I don't know. There's so much to teach to people, and there's so much to unpack as far as what are the truths and who and what are the lies, or liars. I don't guess I can possibly cover it all in one day, right? So, anyway, it's late. Thanks for checking in with me. Neo, thanks for asking the question. I'm going to be doing more lives. I'll talk to you guys again soon, okay? Peace.